Got Milk by Katie Hessenthaler. This famous campaign started a national conversation about drinking milk. By the early 90s, milk consumption had been declining for decades. Today, household awareness of the brand remains over 95% due to prominent advertisement for over 2 decades. The California milk processor's main goal and mission was to make milk more competitive and increase sales. Therefore, their strategy was to increase milk consumption. Got Milk is an American advertising campaign encouraging milk consumption that began in 1993 and was created by Goodby Silverstein and Partners, an advertising agency, who was hired by the California Milk Processor Board. The initial idea and strategy was addressing milk deprivation. What happens when you run out of milk? This stemmed the question, got milk? They performed some research on milk usage and formed the Beyond the Glass study. It tracked how much milk was consumed, with what foods, by whom, and at what hours of the day and night. This study has been performed every year since 1993, and it was the first time the milk industry was able to track behavior. To pilot the idea, Goodby Silverstein and Partners emptied all the cartons of milk in the firm's refrigerator and installed a hidden camera at the back to capture people's reactions finding themselves without milk to pour into their morning coffee. Almost everyone, if not everyone, who was on camera during this showed signs of obvious frustration and disappointment. So Goodby Silverstein and Partners presented this idea to the California Milk Processor Board, and the tagline stuck. The Milk Processor Board contributed 3 cents for every gallon of milk they sold, which allotted for about $23 million a year in the marketing budget for Goodby Silverstein and Partners. Got Milk is a very integrated campaign and used many different platforms to ensure that they were hitting all consumer touch points. So there was magazine, print, television, radio, and the internet eventually in 1998. During the first 2 decades of the campaign, more than 70 commercials ran on TV in California alone, and around 350 milk mustache ads ran nationally in print and on TV. The first commercial aired in 1993, and this is the photo of, it's just a photo of one of the clips of the commercial. It features a man who is eating a peanut butter sandwich. He's listening to the radio, and there's a radio competition, and he calls in to try and win the competition and the answer, but he's unable to give the answer to the question for the competition because his mouth is full of peanut butter. So he runs to the fridge to open up a carton of milk, and he finds that there's no milk left, and then he loses the competition because he was unable to answer the question because his mouth was too full of peanut butter. So the ads in general, including this one, put the viewer face first into stories that don't reveal the product being advertised until the final seconds. Milk is strategically positioned in these commercials in a way that consumers were able to see themselves in the brand, which secures the product in the consumer's mind. This suggests that the story we tell about milk is more important than milk itself. The campaign was evaluated by milk sales, as stated by the California Department of Food and Agriculture, and the campaign was very successful in the first few years. California's milk sales increased from 740 million gallons in 1993 to 755 million gallons in 1994. Due to the immense popularity of Got Milk, a new national board formed called the Milk Processor Education Program, or Milk PEP for short. Milk PEP hired Bozell, an advertisement company, with the goal to put PEP back into milk and educate the consumer about its benefits, make it more interesting, and emphasize its wholesomeness. Research on children at the time stated that they viewed milk as a boring staple, so they wanted wanted to change the consumers' minds in a fun and exciting way. So, the Milk Mustache campaign was created in 1995 with Naomi Campbell as the first feature on their print ads. There's many famous celebrities that have been on the front cover of these prints. There's Harrison Ford, Britney Spears, Simpsons, Kermit the Frog, just to name a few. The most memorable Milk Mustache poster for me was the one with Jordan Sparks. My high school choir director really loved her music, so he had the Jordan Sparks Milk Mustache campaign in the classroom, so I saw it every day for about 4 years. The campaign was very successful and kept choosing more celebrities to be on their ads. These celebrities had to be milk drinkers. They could only be hired if Milk Pep knew that they drink milk. Milk Pep only paid these stars $25,000 per ad, which really isn't a lot for celebrity endorsement. And most of the stars then donated the money to charity, which proposes that money was not the motive but the concept. So, as an example of someone who got denied being the cover of an ad, Whoopi Goldberg really wanted to do an ad because she loved the message of it, but she wasn't allowed to because she's lactose intolerant, therefore she can't drink milk. But she was later offered the cover of a lactose-free milk ad. Then in 2005, the marketing strategy changed from milk deprivation to milk a super drink. The goal was to reaffirm milk's nutritional powerhouse, and many athletes were featured in the ads during this time. This one is Dwight Howard. He starred in an ad in 2006, and he wanted his ad to connect to a younger audience and make them believe that they could achieve something, which reinforced the idea of milk as a super drink. So in this photo, the caption is "Bounce back. Do you need a strong rebound? Slam some milk. It's a great choice after exercise. With protein to help build muscle and a unique mix of nutrients to refuel." And it's just encouraging them to train hard. The Milk Mustache campaign didn't influence long-term behavior. Milk consumption has nationally declined steadily since 1970, but imagine how drastically the decline would be without the Got Milk campaign. It's declined due to competition from non-dairy sources such as almond and coconut milk, healthier lifestyle choices, and just a general change in the way America eats and drinks. In 2014, Milk Pep retired Got Milk to Milk Life. These ads denote Olympians' mothers who narrate memories of their children's work ethic and that they drink milk. And they also have a paid partnership with the U.S. swimming team. So here's some marketing strategies that Goodby Silverstein and Bozell used for their marketing. It was simple and it stood for something. These ads didn't require much thinking, but it was also motivating to the customer. They were actionable. Their creators had a clearly defined end result in mind, and the ad was designed to achieve that one goal, which is to increase milk sales. It was actionable because it served as a friendly reminder to buy more milk, but it was also advertising. The ads were also humorous, which is an effective and memorable advertising tool. They used a strategy called generic advertising, which is advertising that concentrates on the customer benefits. They used an old product in a new and creative light. Milk has been drank by humans for over 8,000 years, so they just found a fun and creative way to resell the idea of drinking milk. And they used a lot of partnerships. Milk is generally consumed with food, so the Got Milk campaign partnered with many food companies such as Nestle, Pillsbury, Oreos, different cereals, and even Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. So the two websites for this campaign is gotmilk.com and milklife.com. Gotmilk.com has recipes, nutrition facts, infographics, and fun articles such as Kids Can Count on Milk. So the Kids Can Count on Milk stated 8 reasons. So the first was hydration, because milk has twice the hydrating power of water. It's a lean protein source, so it helps build muscle better than other drinks. It helps with strong bones and teeth due to the packing of vitamins such as calcium and minerals. It's a natural source of energy due to the natural sugars. It keeps hunger at bay, so they suggest it as a great healthy snack in between meals. It brings out the taste of other food, it promotes better night's sleep, and it helps ease the burn of spicy foods. And then Milk Life is a similar website. It has recipes, nutrition, and breakfast ideas. And then here are my references, and thank you for listening.